Good evening, Princess. I am, well, at EPCOT. Not because this is the park that I would have chosen to go to, but because it was the only park that I could get a reservation for. So yeah, Disney, this park reservation system, it's getting a little arduous and silly. I know we're going to have to deal with it for a while, but come on, if you can park hop, we should be able to just go to whatever park we want to first, right? Anyway, I have no plans for the evening. Well, that's not exactly true. I do have one plan for the evening. I think we're going to have dinner at not Nine Dragons, Lotus Blossom Cafe over in China, because despite not being on the map, apparently it is open, and I'd like to try that. Never been there before, so that's going to be a bit exciting. A few things to talk about. I thought maybe just talk about me a little bit. I know, something I never ever do, right? Maybe some interesting things that you will learn eventually, but just so you're not surprised, I guess. Fill you in a little bit sooner. I'm going to head around by what will be Guardians of the Galaxy and off into Future World. Gonna take it a little bit easy, although I do need to get a lot of steps in today because reasons. So gonna focus on that a little bit. So I better get started so that I am, wait for it, hungry when it's dinner time. Here under the monorail beam, you can hear a test track in the background, and hopefully you can hear the birds chirping up on the monorail beam. I was thinking hopefully it comes back soon, but seeing that it gives them a nice place to, I don't know, hang out for a little while and, you know, escape those deadly genocidal windmills, maybe having it closed for a little bit longer isn't such a bad thing, right? I mean, we all love our avian friends. Well, today I am getting ready for my cruise in about 2 weeks, and I'm starting to feel those annoying, I don't know, do I want to go, do I want to deal with it kind of feelings, because, like I said before, life is getting very complicated, and that's because stupid people are making stupid rules, and it's something we just have to deal with. But I'm going to do it. No, I'm not going to cancel my cruise. It's just getting really frustrating. And yes, I have thought, maybe I'll just stay home and not worry about it. But no, I'm going to fill out the forms and go through the whole process, which only takes like 10 minutes. But it's really a question of why do I even have to do this? Because it is, like I said, stupid. Anyway, you're going to feel this in a lot of instances, especially in school. You know, in high school and in college in particular, a lot of dumb people making a lot of dumb rules that you just have to comply with. My advice kind of is to just comply. You don't really have to like do what they're wanting you to do. You just have to comply with the rules, which quite frankly is usually just a bunch of paperwork. Okay? And it really doesn't take that long. It's just super frustrating and annoying, because when you're smarter than these people that are making the rules, you know, it just adds to it. Anyway, I'm feeling that right now. I am plowing through it. I'm getting all these little nuisances out of the way, and I'm going to enjoy my cruise because I can, and I've waited so long for it. But I just want to let you know, as the first thing today, that feeling these little annoyances and maybe wanting to avoid something because of the inconvenience of just the bureaucracy of getting it done is okay. I have to say, for a little while, it's only going to get worse. Hopefully, you know, if certain things happen and we see certain events and certain people return gloriously, might get a little bit easier, but for now, just going to have to deal with it. We're going to protect you from all of this as much as we can, because we're going to give you as much privilege as we can. But when you do feel these things, like I said, in school, it's perfectly normal. It's fine. Everybody suffers from this, and you just gotta maybe stop and just get it done, and it will be better. It will be better. But it's another instance where, you know what, if you feel this way, you're right. When things are stupid, Yeah, they are stupid. Unless I explain to you why they're not, in which case, well, they're not. Okay? The park this evening is not that crowded. There's a good amount of people here, but far, far from capacity. At least far, far from capacity that we've seen. So it makes me wonder why there aren't reservations available, or at least afternoon reservations or something like that. I mean, it's not really hard to do, right? Now, this doesn't count as one of the things about me, but I'm realizing that one of the things that I assumed would work out here is that I would get my movement, steps, in every day just going to the parks. The problem that I'm discovering is the parks are way too distracting to do this efficiently. I can do it if I try, but it's not working out like I thought it would. So what I'm gonna have to do is refocus on getting that done in the morning when I have nothing else to do, just something to focus on, and then I can go out and do whatever I want without really having to worry about it, or it'll be just gravy. But I just checked and I am definitely not moving fast enough for my goal, and it's just because here and things and stopping and watching and I don't know, enjoying the park. So we'll have to take that into consideration and realign things to fit some very important goals in. I know, always evaluate everything you're doing and make changes if necessary. Fun fact about me that you will eventually experience, maybe not notice because it's very subtle, but I have a real problem with jelly, grape jelly specifically. I'm very careful handling this substance as if it were nuclear waste. I saw a creator talk about a similar aversion without any context, and I found it very interesting because I know exactly why I am very careful about grape jelly and why I kind of try to keep it away from me. Because one time when I was on a field trip in elementary school, I think to the Everglades, I had packed a lunch, and well, I didn't pack it. Grandma probably. Well, one of them, great grandma probably packed it, and it was peanut butter and grape jelly, and I was eating it, but some of the grape jelly oozed out of the back of the sandwich and fell into my shirt and right on my chest and between my shirt, and it was really sticky and weird, and because we were in the Everglades, I couldn't clean it up, so I was left with a sticky grape jelly covered shirt and chest all day. I think maybe I didn't want to say anything because I was super embarrassed by it. Whatever. So since then, I have been tragically afraid of grape jelly falling on me, getting on my beard, getting anywhere near me that I can't wipe up. Grape jelly. Grape jelly. I don't have this problem with marmalade or strawberry preserve or anything like that. It's just grape jelly because of that one event. So yes, things like that happen when you're a kid will affect you way into the years when it really shouldn't. I mean, I know this is absolutely crazy, but it happened and I still can't get over it because it's just, oh God. Anyway, I love grape jelly, it's great. I just have to be super careful when eating it. But that's actually not one of the weirdest things about me. Yes, the park steps need to be just gravy. Change in plans. This is the bratwurst with paprika chips from Germany and a grapefruit beer, Schufferhofen. I forget right now, which is very embarrassing. Either way, I was going to go to China and eat at the Lotus Blossom Cafe, but we have a very odd situation with the rules and consistency, which we'll talk about later. This was on my list though, so I am going to enjoy it now. Very happy about that. I've been here for a few hours and I am just over my step target for the day, which means, yeah, I'm gonna have to sort of change my schedule and do that before I come to the parks, because if I'm just gonna wander around the parks, it won't be enough. However, the bratwurst from Germany with the paprika chicks, oh my god, why would I say that? Chips was super satisfying. Wow, was that good. You know, another one of those situations where, you know, it's not haute cuisine or anything like that, but it was what I wanted and what I expected. The bratwurst was good. The bread was fresh-ish, just like you'd find in a train station. They only had Golden's mustard, but that's fine. And the paprika chips were really good, nice and crispy. I like that, not that crunchy crackle into shards of almost glass that a lot of like kettle type chips end up as. So the combination was great. I really loved it, and because of that, I'm kind of glad the inconsistency was over at Lotus Blossom Cafe, and maybe we'll talk about that later. Actually, I said we'll talk about that later, but it's fine. I had no problem getting the bratwurst and enjoying it by the lake, with a view of the new oil rigs, and thoroughly enjoyed that. So sometimes, you know, weird applications or inconsistent or inexplicable applications of rules lead you to a better outcome. So that is always possible, and tonight that was the case. All right, I need to continue walking, so I'm gonna head over through what will be Earth World? No, Natural World. I don't know right now. By the land, and again around through Future World East, and then probably do one more lap because gotta get those steps in. But first, let's say hi to Baby Bugs. Ooh, I don't know. Is he properly licensed for this park? Ooh. And the last weird thing about me for tonight is my aversion to soap. Okay, no, I'm not afraid of soap, but I am afraid of soap residue on me, which is why I spend probably more time rinsing off. Like if you watch me wash my hands, I'll spend more time rinsing than actually, like, you know, washing and scrubbing. It's because I cannot stand the thought of having any soap residue on me. And I know exactly why. Trading Places. Yes, the movie Trading Places, Eddie Murphy and all that. There is one scene in that movie where there is a lady, don't know who she is, don't know what character she is. She's inconsequential to the movie and the plot, basically, but she gets out of the tub, like covered in bubbles, and the butler just kind of wraps her in a towel and she dries off. And when I saw that, I thought, oh my god, she's got soap on her and she's just going to wipe it off. And ever since then, the thought of having soap residue on me has been completely intolerable. Now, fortunately, I have been privileged enough to have plenty of water to rinse myself off, so it hasn't been a problem. But, well, maybe it has been a problem because that's why I rinse myself off, because I don't know, I just, the thought of like having soap on me, like even when I wash my hands, is something yeah. So basically, when I wash my hands, I'm more concerned about rinsing all of the soap off than all the nasty grime that may have been there. Yeah, so I don't know. So if I take extra long, like washing my hands, doing the shower or whatever, yeah, it's because I really want to get all the soap off after all the other yuckiness is gone. Normally at this time in my EPCOT visit, I would take a ride on Listen to the Land, but I don't really want to deal with covering up and all that nonsense, so I'm gonna skip it for now. Hopefully that will all be over. Really should have been 2 weeks, but I don't know, if only people would listen to the data. The outfit that was in the rotation for today was based on my Pizza Planet t-shirt, but I've seen at least 5 guests wearing that same shirt here tonight, so I'm I'm very glad that I bumped the current outfit ahead in the rotation, because after all, it is better to look good than to feel good. A lot of people, including me, miss horizons, but space is very pretty at night. I'm doing my loops now, and I've decided that if I exceed 10,000 steps, which is easy, it's not really that much, I can have dessert. But, like we talked about yesterday, the day before, or sometime in the past, I don't know, that's only going to induce more choice crisis, because I don't know what to treat myself with. And I didn't tell you about Twisty Treat yesterday, which was really good. So I don't want to get ice cream. Oh, God. Alright, I will figure it out. While the camera does not do it justice, this is a beautiful view of the moon across World Showcase Lagoon. It would be a shame if this were blocked by an oil rig. Cancel harmonious. Like a good American, I have exceeded my goal, but now I don't know where I can actually get dessert. Well, Princess, my evening at EPCOT is over. I hope you found these couple things about me somewhat interesting, even though I don't really find them interesting myself. By the time I got all of my steps in and could reward myself with dessert, there was no place available to get dessert. So it looks like I might have to go to bed without dessert tonight, despite more than making up for my activity for the last couple of days, which is why I am thankful for my problems.